And there we are. Hello, everyone. And thank you for joining us for another session of the Whitecap Peaks. It's been a hot minute since we've been back together here, so we're so happy that we can get back together. Neptune is unable to join us tonight for reasons, so we'll just be praying over him and whatnot and that kind of stuff. As a start, as always, first off, music, less distraction. I still have that Hobbit devotional book that we've started, so I'll start with a chapter of that and go from there.
Wonderful.
I've also just finished reading The Hobbit and have started Lord of the Rings again, so. Uninvited guests. He liked visitors, but he liked to know them before they arrived, and he preferred to ask them himself. The Hobbit from Chapter 1. Bilbo certainly did like visitors. His hallway had lots and lots of pegs and for hats and coats, indicating he didn't expect one or two guests at a time. He liked his house full. Now, all hobbits are hospitable, but Bilbo took feasting and merrymaking to a new level. He was a regular party animal. Remember the party he threw for his 111th birthday? The party? The Shire had never seen such an extravagant celebration. Excuse me. And the party wasn't an isolated incident. Tolkien doesn't describe every bash Bilbo hosted, but we can be quite sure he had them. There he was, a well-to-do bachelor living alone in a huge hobbit hole with many bedrooms for guests. Bilbo had enough beds to accommodate 13 dwarves at once, though a few had to sleep on couches. Mr. Baggins loved playing host. He just wanted to know who his guests were and when they were coming, so he was not so fond of strangers showing up unannounced. So when those 13 dwarves knocked on his door, trooped in, and made themselves at home, Bilbo was rather put out, understandably. After hurrying to his kitchen to load food and drink on trays, he became very hot, red in the face, and annoyed. The Hobbit didn't know these dwarves. He hadn't invited them, yet they had barged in and imposed on his kindness, ordering raspberry jam and mince pies, cheese and salad, tea and coffee, eggs, cold chicken, pickles, and cakes as if he were a waiter. Bilbo was flustered. Worse, he had a growing fear that he might run out of pastries and other food. Not only would that embarrass him, but the Shire custom dictated a host feed his guests first, even if the host himself had to go hungry. Mr. Baggins didn't enjoy last-minute scrambles. He didn't like food to run out. His 111th birthday party was an example of the way he preferred to do things. Presents were ordered a year ahead of time. Wagons and party supplies arrived weeks before. Food deliveries were organized and punctual. Invitations were sent out to select guests, and Bilbo meticulously ticked off names as he received replies accepting his invitations. The unexpected party, on the other hand, was not Bilbo's type, and the dwarves were not his kind of guests. Early on, Bilbo had even wished that Gandalf would leave. The wizard was bad enough, but dwarves, they took the cake. Literally. The unexpected party was no fun at all, and parties are supposed to be fun, aren't they? Doesn't common sense dictate that parties are happy times? Yes, they are, and God loves a good party too. He commanded the Israelites to celebrate several joyful feasts during the year, and in the parable of the prodigal son, Jesus compared God to a father who shouted, "Let's have a feast and celebrate." Soon there was food and music and dancing. God wants us to enjoy celebrations with our friends and family. He wants us to enjoy good times and good food with our loved ones. But there's more to the story than that. He also calls us to be cheerful hosts at inconvenient times. And he expects us to be welcoming even when the guests aren't the kind of people we'd normally invite. Out of fairness to Bilbo, most of us don't like it when strange people show up unannounced and we're ransacking the fridge and cupboards trying to find food for them. Most of us wouldn't have been half as hospitable as Bilbo if the 13th hungry, bearded stranger showed up to our doorstep. You just see me and Mike just walk up to your house and start demanding food, along with
You guys would get kicked out in a second.
Yet the Apostle Peter tells us, "Be hospitable to one another without grumbling," from 1 Peter. Jesus went a step further when he said, "When you give a luncheon or dinner, do not invite your friends, your brothers or sisters, your relatives, or your rich neighbors. If you do, they may invite you back, so you will be repaid. But when you give a banquet, invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, the blind, and you will be blessed." The book of Hebrews adds, "Don't forget to show hospitality to strangers, for some who have done this have entertained angels without realizing it." It seems that hungry dwarves are just the kind of folk who would appear on Jesus' banquet list. Most of the uninvited guests at our doors will be neither angels nor dwarves, but they might be odd characters, not part of the popular crowd. They might be relatives we're not completely delighted to see. In those moments, it may be difficult to follow Jesus' words, but the Bible is clear. If we want to be blessed, we need to be cheerful and hospitable. There you go, invite strangers. Be careful about it, though.
You be wary now.
Be wary. Speaking of inviting strangers,
Uh-oh.
last time we were here,
Oh, goodness.
Flint's father, Oscar I believe his name was,
Mm-hmm.
invited you all to stay at his tavern because you were friends with his son, being a very hospitable host. You had arrived in the city of... It is Endeavor. Yep, yes. It's been a while. It has been a while. You got here, chilled for a couple days, kind of explored around, see what was going on. You have a future job to do to join, essentially, Mistwalker tryouts. You have to escort some scholarly people down to a ruin to look at some stuff, but you are also hired by a kind of sketchy individual to go retrieve some magical artifacts for him named Arkady. He kind of runs this trinket magic shop, and he has something that Kisadon really wants or needs for her internship. While waiting for that to start, Cassius found a bounty for a criminal named Nine Figures Keen. You guys found your way into her home, their little thief bar, however you want to put it, and actually ended up taking a job from them and have been dismissed into the night to attempt said job. With that, you guys kind of step back out into the fresh air of the night. It's not too late at this point. Take a breath, walk a little bit further away, and then you look at the note that Keen has given you. Essentially, or this is what the note says. Some of my supplies go missing every shipment before they arrive here at the hideout. Find out why. Start at the following address and speak to Gutsy. Ask him for a place for a siesta. So you kind of look down at the note, you see the following address. It's another house somewhere, or another warehouse essentially in the warehouse district. Pretty close to the southern wall of the city. With that, Cassius is like, I have an idea. I'll catch up with you guys later, and kind of runs off into the night.
Oh, boy.
Starts going for a jog again.
All right.
What would you all like to do?
Okay, how long until the Mistwalkers depart for their dig site thingy?
In the morning, I believe I said.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Do we want to go deal with this missing supplies thing now, or?
Well, we can at least investigate and then see what we're gonna do about it.
That sounds like a good idea.
The night's still pretty young.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Alright, let's go to the address.
Yeah.
Alright. One of you guys can make a survival check to find your way through the city.
Well,
Oh boy.
Survival check.
I can do it. I have +5.
Do it.
15.
Very good, very good. Easily enough. You're not too familiar with the city, but a lot of cities, the main cities, have a similar-ish layout. You're able to find your way through the various warehouse districts, yada yada yada, and after maybe about half an hour of walking, you arrive at the warehouse itself. Taking a quick look around, you don't actually see too many guards in this area. The warehouse itself that you're looking at is currently open, running for business. There's a couple people coming in and out with some small supplies. It's not as bustling as it would be during the height of day, but there's still enough going on.
Okay, guess we'll make our way through the little bit of a crowd inside.
Yeah.
Alright, so you step towards the warehouse, you kind of pass a couple of big burly guys just kind of like carrying crates around. They give you a strange look, but carry on with what they're doing. As you step in, there's maybe half a dozen people in here kind of moving some things around. One guy's taking inventory.
What was the name of the person we were looking for again?
Gutsy?
Gutsy.
Gutsy.
We're looking for a Gutsy.
I'll approach someone who's not looking too busy and ask him if he knows where Gutsy is.
They're all decently busy. It's not like they're in a rush, but they're all working at something. You walk up to one guy, is Jesper Gutsy, and he kind of points on over to the guy with like the checklist kind of checking things off there.
Okay.
And you see a large half-orc man dressed well enough in work clothes, but nothing too fancy. And he's just kind of there, like, writing down on his notepad or whatever he has.
Hello, are you Gutsy?
Kind of turns to you, looks you guys up and down, and says, I am. Who are you?
I'm Kisadon. I'm looking for a place to catch a siesta.
Kind of pauses for a moment, looks at you guys suspiciously, calls off to one of the other workers and says, Oi, take over here. Kind of hands off the notepad and bids you to follow him.
Okay.
He steps just outside the warehouse around the corner, and you can see there's a couple crates kind of piled upside. He pushes them off to the side, and then there's a little door there, a little side entrance. And he opens it up just to kind of show you a small-ish storage area hidden away. It's large enough to fit 3 or 4 decent-sized people, but it's not huge like the rest of the warehouse is. And Gutsy turns to you and says, well, this is your storage area. There's nothing in here right now. Is there anything else I can help you with at this moment?
Sorry, what did the note say again? What were we supposed to do once we asked him?
I don't think they're...
There was not any instructions beyond asking for a place for a siesta. You're just supposed to find out what are happening to the goods.
Okay. So when is the next shipment that's supposed to come into this unit?
Next shipment to be actually later tonight. You guys can kind of like looks around and leans in and says, I can show you where we pick up the goods,
That would be
Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah.
and then we can go from there. So he kind of closes up the space again and leads you guys away from the warehouse, a couple more blocks down, and brings you right to the wall.
Okay.
The southern wall of the city on the inside is 20 feet high, I'd say. He takes you up essentially like a little staircase that leads to the top of the walls. And as you kind of look out over the southern wall, you look over the wall and it drops straight down 50, 60 feet. And then you can look out all up over the forest and the mountainous terrain into the rest of the Whitecap Peaks and the unclaimed, unexplored territory that is truly wild, essentially. And he says, well, this is where we get the goods. There is... And with him, nearby, there's a bunch more crates and whatnot, yada, 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 a whole bunch going on. Out of one of the crates, he actually pulls out a long rope with a hook attached to one end. He's like, the goods are at the bottom. We throw the rope down. Someone, don't know who, attaches them. We bring them up, and we put them in that little storage space.
And is it when you bring them up that you realize that there's some missing?
There's some missing.
Hmm.
We were not aware of any missing goods. Is that why you've been sent to me?
No, we're just here as a security detail. We've gotten threats lately. We're just making sure nothing gets lost in the process.
Make a deception check.
Okay. would be a 17.
Yeah, he kind of stops, looks you up and down, and says, "All right, but none of this better come back to me. I was promised secrecy."
No worries.
So are we just going to wait here then? Till we can fetch the goods?
How long until he said? He said it's later tonight, right? And it's not nighttime yet, right?
It's just past sunset. He says that'll be like after midnight, dead of night, that they do it.
Okay.
Okay. If you guys want, I can stay here, and then you guys can. I'll keep watch. You guys can go with him and just do whatever else you need to do.
I don't think we have anything really else to do.
No, we don't have anything else. We just need to manage this whole shipment, and then in the morning we have something to do.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we should track it down the wall or not.
Yeah. This one's. It is toughies. All right.
Since I can fly, maybe I should go down beneath the down to the bottom of the wall.
You could.
Sure.
Okay.
Just
So
don't get yourself caught or nothing.
yeah, I'll. Luckily, I have some spells that can help me out in a pinch.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So I'll go. So it's not for a few more hours, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to the base of the wall and see if there are any paths or anything. Do you guys want to come with me?
No, I'll stay up here.
Yeah. Well, I'll stay up here as well.
Okay. I'm gonna go and inspect the base of the wall where he would drop his hook.
Okay. Yeah, so you flap yourself over the wall, kind of descend. Are you trying to be stealthy? Are you just going for it? How are you doing this?
I'm not gonna drop down directly where he would. I would go off to, like a little to the left, and then just kind of flitter down, not super quietly, but not stealthily.
All right. So you flutter your way down, and you can see immediately as you land there is a pathway that is at the base of the wall. It appears to be maybe a 5 foot wide dirt road, essentially along the base of the wall. Looks well used enough. Not as busy as in the city, of course, within the protected walls.
Okay. I'm gonna follow the path.
All right.
Just off to the left, not directly on the path.
Okay. Which way would you like to go, essentially? To the right or to the left? It goes both ways.
Oh, it doesn't stop at the wall. It keeps on going.
It follows the wall, essentially.
Okay. Does either direction bring me to a particular place, or not that I would know of?
Not that you would know of. It would appear to you in your keen eye that the path actually goes back up towards the main gates on either side.
Okay.
It's just an extra little path, maybe for patrols every so often, or inspection of the wall and the base of the wall and that kind of stuff.
Okay, I'll go left.
Alright, so you begin wandering along. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception.
Okay, Tom.
That would be an 11.
An 11. All right. So as you're kind of wandering along the path, it look like I said, it looks well used enough, but it's not constant traffic through here. You wander for maybe 10-15 minutes before you don't want to get too far, and you conclude to yourself that it probably leads back up or follows the wall all the way back up around to the main gates.
Okay. If it's only been 10-15 minutes, I'll go back and check the right side.
All right. You go a little bit further. Same type of deal.
Okay.
Path kind of follows the wall and would head back up to the main gate from what you could tell.
Then I'll go back to where I'm supposed to be waiting, and I'll make a little burrow of like just branches and stuff, and just like make a little hidey spot for me to sit, and I'll make it pretty inconspicuous.
All right, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Stealth. That would be 17 plus 7, 24.
Very good, very good. And what are you guys doing during this time?
I'm gonna ask Gutsy some more questions.
Got
Going with the line of protecting these supplies, who else has access to your little hidey hole?
myself and the other foreman. I don't have a name for the other foreman. Give me a sec. Nihilus. The other foreman's name is Nihilus.
Nihilus. Okay. And how do you get signal that there is a package to pick up?
It's a regular drop.
So at the same time?
Essentially, yeah. Once
Okay.
a week, we come here, lower the chain at just past midnight, wait a couple minutes, and pull up whatever gets attached.
I assume you don't know who you're picking up from?
No.
Perfect.
That's part of how the secrecy works.
Exactly. Just making sure. Felix, you got any questions for the fine fella?
Not really. No.
All right. We will sit here in silence, I guess.
Well,
Well,
one of us could sit here. The other could sit by the storage area and just watch it. So we can spread out and watch other things.
sure. If you want to go do that, you're probably the more quiet of the two of us.
Okay.
Alright.
All right. I'll wait at the wall with Gutsy.
I head back to where the hidden storage area was, and then
Yeah, Gutsy's actually going to head back with you. He's like, I got some
Okay.
work to do before the drop, but I'll be back here for the
Okay.
drop later.
when we get back, I'm gonna climb up one of the other factories that's close by and just wait on the roof watching it.
And go ahead and make an athletics check.
Natural 20.
Yeah, of course.
Whoop.
Then should I also roll stealth since I'm trying not to be seen?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
17.
Alright, so, I mean, you climb up the building easily enough, no noise, you kind of sit out and camp out on the roof there and just kind of watch the storage spot there.
Yeah, I'm watching around, but yeah, my main focus is the storage area.
Alright, so we're all kind of in our positions. You guys, do you guys just wait until the drop
I think
time?
so.
Yeah.
We're just waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, everyone can make a perception check in the meantime.
Perception.
Not a horrible roll.
I keep missing my dice tray.
Total of 15 for me.
Okay.
Perception. That's a 21.
I got 19.
Okay, pretty good all around.
Oh,
So you guys kind of settle down where you're at, wait for a bit, wait to see what happens. The first one to notice things is you, Kisadon. As you're waiting in your hidey hole there, just off the path, kind of watching, no one goes by for the longest time, and then you hear someone approaching. It appears to be a... How would I describe this? Yeah, so there's a horse approaching. As the horse kind of slowly comes to a trot towards where, pretty much at the base of the wall where you dropped down, you see a hooded figure, humanish sized, kind of takes a quick look around, see if they notice you. They do not. Steps off the horse, unpacks whatever's attached to the horse. There's like a couple small crates there. And sets it off in the bushes just off to the side, covers it up, hops back on the horse, and runs away. I'll say it was dragging essentially a small carriage with the crate on it.
Yeah.
And the horse kind of gallops away. And after you pause for a moment, there is no immediate movement. Flint, you notice during your time waiting here, there's no guards.
No
You think the
guards.
guards would like to patrol the wall? There's no guards.
Not in this section.
Yeah,
Okay.
kinda sus.
Kind of suspect over here.
Yes.
Understood.
And with that, Felix, you don't see anything happen during your time looking at the hidey hole. It seems completely sealed off. Nothing is happening there at this moment.
Nothing, like no sound around me that would be weird at all, or no?
No sounds out of the ordinary. No, there's a few
Okay.
people that walk by, but they don't seem
Well, yeah, that's
overly
understandable, yeah.
suspicious. I'll say.
Okay.
How much time before the pick up does the drop off happen?
You would know it's. You were down there for maybe an hour and a half, so you have maybe an hour and a half before the actual pickup happens.
Okay, so I still have an hour and a half before they pick it up. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I?
Okay.
I want to try something. When I noticed the storage unit, was there a lock on it, or was it just a door where you push some crates out of the way you can open?
There was a lock on it, yes.
Okay. Okay. No, I'll just wait. It's fine. I'll wait.
Cool. So as you're waiting there, everyone's just kind of waiting in their spots. Another hour and a half or so passes by, and you see Gutsy and the other guy, who must be Nihilus, start walking out towards the wall.
Okay. I'm not gonna follow. I'm just gonna stay where I am.
All right, you kind of hang out where you are. Eventually, they show up.
Sorry. Question. To the wall. Can I see down there, or no? Is there stuff in the way?
You can see where the wall itself. It's a little hard to
Okay.
make out details at this distance.
Okay. Okay. I just want to be able to somewhat be able to keep an eye just in case something does happen. But
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So with that, you just kind of watch as they walk up there. They get to the stairs, they walk up, and they see Flint kind of waiting there. Give a little nod. And they pull out the rope and over to the side. Kisadon, you notice the hook kind of hit the ground there for a second. You stop. Wait a minute. And then you realize something. The tree beside you starts to move. The
Okay.
tree itself kind of unravels itself, then you can start to see like a face,
I'm
and it
going.
kind of moves towards the path.
As that happens, I'm going to cast invisibility on myself,
Okay.
and
Make-
I'm going to follow the tree.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand check.
Yeah, to see if you can cast it quietly, because there's words.
That would be a 17.
That's good enough.
Yes. Yes.
Yep, so he doesn't notice you as you cast invisibility and you start following. The tree kind of walks towards the road. It's treant if you haven't guessed.
Yeah.
To where the crates are, brushes off the debris, picks up the crate, puts it on the road, attaches the hook to it, and
Wait, what's
then
he doing?
he's attaching the hook that was dropped to the goods.
Oh, to all of it?
The
Okay.
tree
Yeah.
is in on it.
The tree is in on it. Then the tree kind of
Okay.
turns back around to his spot and just twists back around and goes still.
He didn't touch the goods at all. He didn't change.
No, he
He just moved the crate over to hook it onto the rope.
he hooked
Yeah.
it.
Damn.
Okay. I'll go back to my little hidey nook.
You go back to your little hidey nook, you kind of settle in, and after a couple of minutes, the crate just kind of starts being pulled up the wall. At the top there, Flint, you see Nihilus and Gutsy. They're just pulling on the rope, pull up the crate, pull it over, and they kind of quick look over their shoulder. They put the rope away, and they start walking back towards the warehouse.
As I see it disappear up above I'm going to try and walk away from the tree without being noticed.
Go ahead and make a stealth check at advantage, because you are
still
Invisible.
invisible.
Come on, let me do it again.
Oh, again.
Okay. That would be 16.
all right. As you
And
start kind of like wandering away from it, there's a little bit of dust that kicks up. You can actually see the tree turns and looks in your direction, kind of like quizzically, like something's happening there. He's noticed something but doesn't see you
sure.
as he starts to turn and move towards you.
I won't continue in the same direction. I'll just keep walking, like, I don't know, off to the right or something, into the trees.
You can try to go hide in the trees. You can go ahead and make another stealth check.
Sure.
I've never been more scared of a tree catching someone.
24.
As you kind of like you flutter off into the trees, try and find a branch. There is a huge branch that swings at you.
Really?
Yeah, so
Uh-oh.
he's gonna make
Do
an
it.
attack at disadvantage.
Wait,
it
was
fit-
that 24 supposed to be an advantage?
Yes.
Let me try again.
Let me go again.
You have to get
Oh,
barrel
that
on
second
it.
try was a natural one, so no.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He got a natural 20, so he sees you.
Yeah, sure does.
So he makes an attack roll. Does a 15 hit?
It does.
Cool. So you take. Well, that's not too bad. 11 bludgeoning damage as he smacks you, and you
Jesus.
just like rockets you into the ground. You kind of bounce off the ground there for a minute. Go ahead and make a concentration check.
How do I make a concentration check again?
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. That would be an 18.
You succeed, so you don't lose your concentration on the spell. As he kind of turns back towards you, it is your turn essentially.
Oh, do I want to fight?
Or you could just tell him you're part of the job.
I don't know who he is though.
He's just a tree.
He's part of it.
Was it the same treant that attacked me or a different one?
Same one.
Same one. No, I'm not gonna try and explain this. He's already fighting me.
It's a tree.
I'll cast Misty Step.
And jump away.
I'll jump away, 30 feet away.
Alright, I believe casting a spell does end your invisibility.
Yes.
So as he looks up and sees you into the tree, he starts walking towards you. You still have like movement action type.
Yeah,
deal.
so I can thoop and move 30 feet.
Yep, so you start running from as best you can just down the path,
No, off into the trees.
off into the trees.
Are you flying?
Yeah, I could do 30 feet on a diagonal.
Just start flying up.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you might as well come up.
All right, you start flying into the trees there.
And I am Misty step away from him.
All right. So as you do that, he starts chasing you through the forest, and we'll get back to you in just a sec.
Okay.
You at the top, Flint. You hear some strange movement of trees, but you're not quite sure what's going on. Make a perception check, maybe, as you're looking over the edge.
That's
No,
a
what-
6.
That's a 6. You did not notice anything. You're like, oh, nothing out of the ordinary. Sounds like the forest.
Man, the wind is really bad down there.
Yep.
Man,
Walks
sure
away.
does look like trees down there.
Just kind of waddles. I'll follow Gutsy and Nihilus.
Okay, so they bring the goods to the warehouse. They kind of stash them into the hidden area there, unlock the door. You also see the stew, Felix. Close it back up, lock it, put all the crates in place, and walk away essentially without acknowledging your presence there, Flint.
Yeah.
So they just walk and go back into the warehouse and start essentially closing up for the night.
Perfect.
Have I noticed anything around suspicious at all, or no?
Not at this time, you just watched that whole thing happen as well.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna go up to Gutsy, and I'm gonna ask to be let in the secret storage room for a second.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Natural 20.
No, of course. Yeah, so he wanders on over, unlocks it for you, says, what do you need?
I'm just checking something. I'm gonna go in and feel the walls and floors to see if there's like a hidden anything.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Nothing that you can find. Everything looks pretty good. You take a look at the crates themselves. They seem to be perfectly sealed. Nothing has been opened or tampered with yet.
Okay. I'm gonna say thank you, and I'm gonna go back up to my spot on top of the warehouse.
Alright, he kind of locks it up and wanders away. We'll go back to Kisadon there. Make... Make an athletics check to see if you can outrun the tree. Athletics.
That's a crazy thing to say.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Can the bird outrun the tree?
Well, you know what? No, the trees are pretty grown well together here, so the tree himself can't get through. However, make a, we'll say a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. Not to quote Tom, but natural 20.
There it is.
There it is.
The treant kind of extends his hands, and you see two trees beside you also animate and take swings at you, but you manage to like dodge through their branches as you continue to run.
Okay. I'm gonna fly above the trees at this point.
I am out of here.
What are you doing, cat? Yeah, so you're starting to run from the trees. That is the treant's action. Are you just essentially full dashing?
Yeah, I'm going well above the trees at this point, so you can't get me with the other trees.
Alright, so we'll say you're able to outrun the treant and the other trees as they started to attack you. There we go. And you can eventually find your way back up to the wall, which is now unoccupied.
Cool.
Do you wander back to the other two and see where they're at?
Yeah. I'll wander back and find the other two, because you two are together now, right?
Flint's probably just like loitering outside the warehouses as they shut down.
And I'm up on a roof, just watching.
Okay.
All right.
Tomorrow, the next morning is the big collection, is the trading session, right?
Yeah, that's when
or-
it starts.
I thought it was
Right.
today, because we're past midnight.
Past midnight. Yeah, well, technically,
Yeah.
yes, same.
In the morning.
Okay, buddy. The next time day breaks.
Yes.
correct.
I forgot there was a training montage.
Yeah, training arc.
Okay, and
Right,
we
tournament
all
arc,
signed up
probably.
for that, right?
Yeah.
I believe we all did.
Okay.
Yep.
If we spell off each other, we should still be able to get a full rest.
It'll be a full rest regardless. We'll say just to make things easy.
Okay.
Yes, I get my invisibility back.
Okay, let's camp out this place and spell each other off.
Yeah, well, the two of us, unless you're gonna go on a roof, Flint's gonna find himself like an alleyway.
I'll
just-
go onto a roof. Yeah.
All right. So you
Flint
guys
will
can
find an
all,
alleyway that has a good line of sight.
you can all make stealth checks.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I love these stealth
I
checks.
think
Have a
it's
plus
pretty
10 of them.
I got a +7. I'm not complaining.
I got a 24 on my.
God. I got 26.
17.
That's pretty good. Pretty good. Guys.
You only said
Noticed?
2 pretty good, so one of us isn't a pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Garbage. 17.
Garbage.
Garbage.
Throw that.
You got
Get that
found
garbage
straight
out.
away.
Garbage.
Get in jail.
You got the garbage.
So none of you guys are noticed. Traffic dies down pretty much immediately after you find your spots. Yes, hi boy. Stop it. And you just kind of wait for a bit. Partway through the night, everyone can make a perception check.
I don't like you. Oh. Never mind, I do like it. Natural 20.
Oh.
I was gonna say I don't
I
like
got-
you, but now I
got
do.
a 16.
I got a 16 too.
All right. So you guys don't notice anything. You can't quite see where you're from where you're standing.
Mhm.
Felix, you do notice this. You see a small group of small creatures, essentially wearing hoods and cloaks, as they kind of single file wander along in the shadows, quickly dart across to the other side, follow some more shadows. Very difficult to see if you weren't also trained in these sneaky arts. They approach the secret cache. There's a quick, and they open it just barely, and they disappear inside.
Okay. This is gonna be fun, because you said earlier I checked everything, there was no way out. I am going to jump down, because I was directly across on a roof. I'm gonna jump down, rush, and slam the door closed. While trying to be quiet, of course.
While trying to be quiet.
Yeah.
If you're rushing, you're not
Gonna
being
slam
quiet.
it.
Okay,
Quietly.
I'm gonna try to sneak to the door.
Make your landing quiet.
What was your stealth check before?
26.
26. Okay. You're moving. Make another stealth check.
Yep. 29.
Jeez.
Jay, you got
Unnoticed, you
91.
manage. You get up to the door there.
I'm gonna slam. Oh, I'm gonna slam
Would
it
we
closed.
have had a short rest by now?
I'll say no.
Okay.
I'm gonna slam the door closed loud enough for those two to hear. Hopefully.
Okay.
You guys definitely hear the door slam closed.
Okay, I'm gonna jump down where he is.
Yeah, well, I'll like jog over.
You guys run on over, and you are now at this closed door.
Okay. What's up?
There's tiny creatures in there. I
Is
don't
the
know.
lock still there?
No, locks off. Is it not?
Yeah, but is it here, or did they take it in?
Oh, I don't know. I look for the lock as I hold the door.
You can't see it. It's
Okay.
likely they have it.
Okay. Yeah, there are people inside. They're very small. And I don't know why they're inside, but they're in there, and now they can't get out.
Do we want to go in or stay here?
I'm gonna like lightly rap on the door and go, "Hello, anybody in there?
What are they gonna say?
I
No
was-
one's home.
Housekeeping."
Housekeeping. There is silence.
They're in there.
I'm gonna peek in the door.
Fine. I back up slightly and slightly creak the door open, but still ready to push it if I feel force.
There is.
Because I do
Nope.
have dark vision, so I
Yeah.
should see.
You can go ahead and make a perception check.
Alrighty, lad. That would be a 17.
The door opens up a crack. You kind of peek inside with what little light you can use to even for your dark vision. You see nothing. You see the outlines of the crates. You don't see much more.
Do I hear anything?
You do not.
These guys are better self than me.
I think we should go in after them.
How much space is in this?
It could fit like
Storage.
4
20
people, he said.
foot cube, right?
4 people?
About a 20-foot cube, yeah.
Okay.
I'll say 15.
Okay. Does our who wants to go first?
I'll cast fear if I see anything that affects the cone in front of me.
I don't know if you should go first.
You're casting it right now?
No.
No.
I'll
I'm
prepare
fine,
fear.
I'll go in.
Yeah, let Flint go in first,
Yeah.
because I don't want you getting taken out straight away, especially if all of them can use sneak attack.
I'm gonna offset myself enough from him so that if I cast fear, I'm not gonna get him in the crosshairs.
It's going to be difficult because he's stepping
As it should be a
into
cone,
it.
so
It's
It's a
a very
cone, yes.
small room.
But it's a small room and he's stepping right into the entrance
Yeah.
itself.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
And so
Well,
I'm
yeah,
gonna count to 3, and then I'm gonna swing the door open. But as I do, I'm gonna try to hide behind something, but still be able to see inside to get to try to get sneak attack if I see someone.
Oh, I am going to say pick one or the other because that's a lot.
Okay. I'm gonna hide and let Flint open up the door.
Make a stealth check.
I swear if he says natural 20, I'm gonna lose my mind.
No. I got a dirty 20.
Oh yeah. Oh, roll me a
So I
dirty
rolled
20.
a 10. Okay, leave me alone. I'm sorry I had plus 10 to it.
You should be
should be.
sorry.
So you go hide yourself. It's pretty good. You're about to cast fear and you're about to open the door.
I'm no longer preparing fear. Sorry.
Okay, never mind.
Because he's standing in front of me.
Flint, you go up to the door, you open it up, and standing right in front of you. Well, yeah, standing right in front of you, there is a small creature with a hood and a cape. And there's kind of like 2 little knives pointing out of the cape. You can't see anything else of the creature.
Flint hands go up immediately. Who do you work for?
There's a pause. The daggers go away. And the hood gets thrown back, and there is a little 3-foot tall catfolk. What's his name? You recognize the bartender, Chief.
What?
Right.
Okay.
Good to see you again.
I see.
I work for Keen too, but you've been sent to figure out where the missing supplies go, eh?
Yeah. What, are you the missing supplies?
We are the missing supplies here. Quite clever, one might say.
I'm still hiding. I'm not getting out of my spot.
Can I roll insight on this guy? See if he if this was if this is an elaborate test of some kind.
Go ahead.
Can I roll if I can hear it? If not, understandable.
I'll say just.
I'll roll
I'm
insight.
good, buddy. I
Just
got a
wait.
21.
Nice.
Let's go.
I actually have a decent insight for some reason.
Let's go.
He starts telling you a little story, and from what you can tell, most of it seems to be true.
Okay.
Seems to be a good baseline. He's like, yes, I work for Keen. I've been working for her for a while, but she's old news, as it were. Me and my boys, and he kind of points behind him, and you see 3 little more like just ears kind of poke up from behind the crate. 3 pairs of ears are looking
Okay.
to move in and replace her. So, we're willing to
Wait.
make you-
Refresh me on the story because I've been out of it for a bit. What's the bartender's deal?
So,
Oh, wait, we're just meeting him now.
you met the bartender when you went to the underground thing. The underground thief hideout, essentially.
okay.
He served you a couple drinks, and then you went
Yeah.
to go talk to Keen, and she said, my supplies are going missing. Can you figure it out?
Mm-hmm.
And then you made your way out and started investigating.
Oh, okay. And so he's the one who's the thief. Okay.
Yeah,
I
he's
getcha, I
saying that I've been taking the supplies as a way to sow distrust within her ranks to make things a little spicier, if you will.
getcha. Oh,
Well,
I
we can-
will.
I'll make you a deal.
An
I
offer
know there's
can't
a-
resist.
Hopefully. I know there's a bounty on her head. There's a good chance you guys are actually here for the bounty, because I haven't seen you around before. And you don't just happen to show up in Little Hidey Hole now, do you?
No.
So, I'll help you take her down. You get the bounty. And we take over. Me and my boys. You'd have
I
friends
feel like
in-
you have a lot more to gain here than we do. I feel like you would owe us a favor for helping you in this way.
I wouldn't call it a favor, but it would be a good start to a good friendship, wouldn't you say?
I am only in maybe, depending on what criminal business you partake in.
Well, it would be the same kinds of things that she does. A little thieving there, a little racketeering there. Like, nothing crazy. We don't murder people. We don't do any kind of nastiness. We just take from things. Most of the time from people who wouldn't miss it.
Okay. I can live with that.
I'll look behind and realize Felix, come here.
Oh, I'm still hiding.
Come here.
You don't even know where I am.
I am calling you.
That's why he's
just
calling out to you.
In the street.
I'm not moving.
Okay.
All right. Well, he doesn't get a choice then.
I pop my head out.
That's what
Pop
I
my-
thought, buddy.
Ugh.
That's what I thought. What are your thoughts? Because I'm sure you have thoughts.
He's
I
good
just
with the
shake my
thoughts.
I just shake my head no.
Well, what seems to be the problem here, our friend Felix? What don't you like about this arrangement?
Words.
I'm thinking.
Thinking is not allowed. Well, what are you thinking?
I just don't trust it.
That's fair. We're dealing with criminals.
Yeah.
Smart man.
That's how the world works.
We, to be fair, we are double dealing a literal criminal already. Like, we aren't to
Yeah.
be trusted either.
I mean, if
What?
I'm taking one evil that owes me a little and does the same thing,
I just don't like it.
okay. Well,
That is fair. I don't like criminal underbellies either, but they're always there. Especially in a big city like this.
and if we find out they're doing anything worse, then we'll just take him down.
Yeah, we're wrong adventurers, right?
I'm not afraid of these cats.
There is doing crime, and then there's doing things that are immoral. The law does not dictate what is moral. You do. Right?
I'll just let you guys decide.
We kill things all the time.
Oh yeah.
Just decide.
that it's moral.
I don't trust it, but whatever you guys go with, I'll agree.
Okay. I think I'll make a little bit of a decision here. I
Yeah.
think we'll take you up on your offer. Would you require
Very good,
Just-
very good.
a blind eye?
A blind eye, and I'll leave the planning of taking down Keen to you. What in the best way that you see possible, and we'll assist how we can.
How many numbers do you call within your ranks?
We have about a dozen.
Okay.
Are they all within her ranks as well?
No.
Only some of them.
We are going to need a scapegoat. Because we can't just go back to Keen empty-handed at this
Mhm.
point. We need somebody to turn in saying that they're the leak.
There was a treant who was loading the goods onto the hook that the guard or the dock worker lifted up.
What?
We could,
Is that how she
He-
does it? That's clever. I like that.
yeah. And so we could, and the treant attacked me as I ran away. I could say that I was exposing this treant, and as they discovered the that I discovered them, they attacked me. And so they were trying to cover up their crime, as it were. And so when we go back, I can say it was that treant.
What crime did the tree commit?
He tried to cover up that he was swiping some of the goods as he hooked up the goods to the rope.
Okay.
I don't trust it, but okay.
Are you going to take them box and all, or are you going to leave the empty boxes?
Oh, we don't take all of it. We just take a little off the top.
How do we make it look like the treant opened the crate?
Well, let's say that you take the goods from the boxes, but leave all of the boxes there, so it looks like it's all there, because the guards don't open anything. They just load it, presuming that it's full. And so the treant is like opening the box, taking some out, closing it.
What are in the boxes?
Oh, just general. There's some food in there, some good, some more like expensive food that we want to avoid any kinds of taxes on. There's a bunch of wine. There's some less than legal elements, weapons, and that sort of thing.
Okay, what does a treant need them for?
He'd probably just sell them himself.
How did the treant get started in the criminal business?
I mean, he's clearly already in the
Wait,
criminal
what
business.
if it owes Nine Fingers Keen for something? Then that probably wouldn't, it wouldn't make sense for it to turn. If it just owes.
Well, if it owes a
the
debt, then
forest
it
or something?
could be trying to sell things and to pay off said debt.
What if it's not a money debt? What if it was a life debt?
I don't know.
Enough
what
money
kind
is
of-
worth for life.
I don't know trees that well, so. But
I
know
don't
what kind
either.
of-
I don't either.
I mean, we could kind of grab a random Joe off the street.
Yeah.
We could blame one of her other members for it.
As long as enough people speak up about it, she'll be convinced.
I just don't want to get some, poor guy who's down on his luck and just frame him and he gets probably killed,
That's fair.
I think it'd be best if it is one of the criminals in her organization.
Yeah.
But obviously it's not going to be one of you. Unless you're willing to sacrifice somebody, which I don't think you will be.
Me and my
No,
wife.
it's-
I am the only member of my crew that runs with her.
Okay.
That's fair.
We need
So
an
if you can-
inside man.
Do you
You
know
can give her a
anybody
name.
who is also double dealing for her crew? Maybe not for
No,
you.
But she has some suspicions.
Oh, who is that?
We could set. Oh, there's a few going around. We could set up an elaborate ruse. We can do what we want, but we just need a way to draw her out, right? Because
Yeah.
she's pretty safe inside her little box.
Yeah. Someone that you would want to meet face to face.
And this will take time, of course. Unless we are looking to either like immediately strike right now.
No, I think we can just leave it as there was someone who was really quick who got past us, but we caught a glance of them.
I don't think she'll like that.
It's better than nothing. Unless we want to strike tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if are we prepared for that kind of entanglement.
We haven't really prepared anything before this night yet.
Yeah.
I think it's best left for later. Let our what's your name?
Chief.
Chief?
Yes.
Okay. We can let Chief keep sowing his discord. We just need to give some sort of information
Yeah.
now.
If
'Cause-
I may suggest, we leave the goods untouched, lock it back up, make sure nothing's disturbed, and we can sell the lie that you were noticed. So, or no one came to that night. Perhaps you were noticed. Perhaps they didn't strike this time. Ambiguity.
That's true. We could do that.
Yeah.
That leaves one less sucker getting probably murdered.
It
I like
gives
that-
you
I like that
and
plan.
me more time to plan.
Yeah.
Well, if we can frame one of their guys, that puts a lot of discourse in her group.
We'll tell you what. We can meet another night, and
Okay.
and we can discuss this a little further. I'll give you some names and some funness that we can work on.
I think
Sounds good.
that sounds like a lovely idea. Gives us time to mule it over. Where would we meet? Where is best that we would meet?
Oh, we'll find you.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
All right. All right. Let's leave these goods untouched for now, at least,
Alright,
and
so the four of
I'll
them-
lead the way out.
yeah, so the four of them kind of file out. They close up the thing. They lock it back up. Put the crates back in front of it so it's hidden. Chief does a little bow and says, "Remember, we never met." Gives you a wink and walks away.
Kisadon. Kisadon, do you have a paper and pen I can borrow?
Sure. I have some normal paper and pen for you.
'Kay.
And ink.
'Kay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Give him.
I just take a piece of paper and the
Yeah.
pen.
Okay.
And then I write something down on it, and then I fold it, put it in my pocket.
Okay.
Okay. Secret.
Well, that was interesting. I think. So we're alone now, yeah.
Yeah.
I think this would actually be beneficial to us because, let's say in the future, we are tasked with taking this organization down. So let's say, optimally, Chief takes down the group, the head guy, and takes over. But the thing is, he's not gonna take them all over. There's gonna be a few that leave ship, or a few that die in the process, or something like that. And this organization as a whole will be a little weaker after it's all said and done. And so, if we're ever tasked with taking it down, or if we realize they're doing bad things, it'll be easier to do it.
That's true. I think
Okay,
I
so-
think this is a better than being a part of Keen's crew, because that sounds horrible.
Oh, yeah, no.
I hate that idea. But
I was
Yeah.
only intending to be a part of it until we could
and
damage or something.
yeah,
So let's go back to the tavern.
Any objections?
no.
All right, so you guys kind of make your way back, settle in for the night. Still no sign of Cassius somehow, wherever he went off to. You rest for the night. You get your long rest. You wake up bright and early. You get some food into you, and you wander on over to the Mistwalkers HQ in Endeavor. With the bright
Okay.
morning, take your long rest. Yeah. So you approach the HQ. There's a little bit of a hustle and a bustle going on about. Notice the sec here. Yeah, sorry. So there's a little bit of hustle bustle going about as they're preparing some things. The three of you arrive. We'll say Cassius meets up with you. He's not talking much as of right now. He had a long night, apparently, doing whatever it is he was doing. But you all arrive. You kind of sit down, waiting for to get organized and all this kind of stuff. And eventually, you hear your names called off to the one side. Someone kind of weighs you over. You see a half-elven man. We'll name him. Thorbert is the one I got. And he is a full-on Mistwalker. He's wearing their armor. He has a sword and shield across his back. He looks like he's a professional. And he calls your names. Says, you are the Wandering Souls.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's us.
You have signed up for a research assignment with us hunters.
Yes.
Very good, very good. He kind of like checks off the mark. He says, very well, so your job is going to be as follows. You are going to escort 2 of our researchers down to a recently discovered ruins. You are going to guard them and protect them from any and all threats as they research the area, look for any kind of artifacts we might be interested in, and get them home safely. Simple job. You will be rewarded. It is a 5-day job. You'll be rewarded 100 gold pieces each for their safe return. And with the added addition of you may be able to join the Mistwalkers further down the line. This is a good, very good start if they come back alive with lots of artifacts that we can research.
That's good.
Any questions?
Do they know the way?
They do know the way, yes.
Okay. I think that's it. Any questions from anyone else?
Nope.
No, sounds easy.
Okay, then lead the way to our researchers.
They are right here as you see 2 gnomes kind of walking up. They got like backpacks and like scarly robes on and whatnot. They're clearly not fighters or spellcasters. They are just smart folk looking to research and take back what they can. And says,
Okay.
These will be your researchers. Their names are Linen and Rybar. And you will be in charge of their safety for the next week. And with that, I will leave
Right.
you to it as he kind of takes a step away and starts organizing other groups, essentially, if it comes down to it. So the 2 gnomes kind of look at you and are like, hello, we are Linen and Rybar. We are your researchers. We presume that you will be our guards.
Yep, we'll be your guards for the next week. Are you ready to go now, or do you need a minute to prepare?
We have everything we need. Is there any questions for us? Do you have anything you need to do before we leave?
I'm good.
Anything you need to do?
Nope.
No. We're good to
Okay.
go.
They're like, oh, very well, follow us, and they'll start essentially walking. They'll start by stepping out of the city, of course, because there's no ruins to investigate here. They walk down the path for a good, we'll say, back towards Courage, the path you guys came from, for maybe half of the day before they step off into the forest and start pathfinding their way down. Give me one moment. What level are you guys right now?
5.
5.
Alright, I will get one of you to roll a d12.
Tom roll.
Five.
Okay. So for the first half of the day along the road, nothing happens, obviously. And for the rest of the day, you essentially spend your time wandering through the forest. You get lost maybe once or twice, but quickly find a path on where you get back to going. There's a little bit of squabbling going on between the two gnomes about pathfinding, but you find your way for most of the day. Sun begins to set, darkness falls, you set up camp for the night.
Okay.
I guess we set up different watch times.
Yeah,
Probably a good idea.
it's a lovely idea. We'll do 2 hours each, Cassius included.
Yep. Alright, who would like to take the first watch?
I can.
Alright, so go ahead and roll a perception check.
Perception. That would be at 18.
Alright, so you stop. Yeah, so everyone else has kind of settled down for the night. You're keeping the first walk as everyone slowly drifts off to sleep. Keeping an eye out. There's a lot of weirdness. There's a lot of creepy noises. You usually don't go this deep into the forest and stay the night. But nothing happens. Your shift goes by uneventfully. Who would you like to wake up?
I'll wake up Felix.
Okay.
Alright, Felix, you're up.
Alright.
You know how to make a perception check.
21.
Alright. So,
Can I do something for you?
Kisadon settles down for sleep. You find a little perch in a tree or something. You keep an eye out. Nothing happens. However, you get a general sense of anxiety kind of looming over you. You consistently find your gaze going towards the south, down the mountains, towards where the poison haze
Yeah.
exists. But again, besides your general anxiety being out in the forest at night, nothing happens. Your shift goes by uneventfully.
I'm gonna wake Flint up.
Very good. Flint, go ahead.
That's a natural 20 for a 24.
Let's go.
Very good, very good. You set up for your watch, kind of see what's going on. Partway through the night, you can see some distant movement through the forest. You kind of stop, you look, you get ready. Doesn't appear to approach, but there might be something large nearby.
Oh.
But it doesn't attack you during the night. It doesn't upset any of you guys. Your shift goes by uneventfully, and we'll say so does Cassius's, as he is not here. So you guys wake up the next morning, you pack up your camp, and you continue the journey through the forest. Someone can roll me another d12.
I kinda gotta have it out.
4.
2.
2. Alright, so once again, you're kind of finding your way. You guys are quite unfamiliar with the forest. None of you have spent an extended period of time, although some have more experience than others. Nothing seems to happen, but as you get further towards the haze line, the trees get a little darker, the vegetation starts to be a little more discolored, and even the ground beneath your feet starts to feel a little weirder. It's not something you're very comfortable with, we'll say.
I'm behind the group, but starting to get like a cold sweat.
Now, give me a second here. So look up a thing or two just for some funsies in case things happen. Don't worry about it too much. You guys will be fine.
Oh, that's very reassuring.
Yeah. So for the morning, not much happens. You guys continue to descend. Someone else roll a d12 this time. Let's change it up.
Sure.
Absolutely.
D12. Do. 7.
7. Okay. So you guys continue on. And again, at the end of the day, your travel goes uneventfully, we'll say. Nothing happens. You set up for the camp, and you can set up for your watches again.
How far away are we from the haze? Getting closer?
You're still a couple days travel, the gnomes assure you, but you are getting closer. You're not going to go beneath the haze line. You're not going to get too close to it. It's just that you are out in the woods.
Yeah.
With no civilization around for a couple days.
Okay.
Alright, who would like to be on first watch?
Want to just do the same order?
Sure.
Casey, on first.
So I'll start up. Perception.
Yep.
That will be a 13.
Alright. So thankfully your shift goes by uneventfully. You don't really see anything out into the gloom, into the darkness with your camp, and you settle down and you wake up Felix.
That's a dirty 20.
Alright. Tonight, you are also quite anxiety-induced from getting closer and closer. You notice some movement off in the distance as well. You get ready. Seeing if anything comes near. Can't make out what it is.
Can I try to stealthily get closer to try to see if I can make out?
Yeah, make a stealth check.
Okay. Natural 20, so 30.
Yeah, so you leave camp behind, you go a little bit further into the forest. Go ahead and make we'll say a wisdom saving throw.
Oh gosh. Oh, one of my worst ones.
Ooh, that sucks.
That is a 19.
You manage to suppress your fear and your anxiety and not go running back towards the light of the campfire. You are in pitch black as of right now.
Oh, fun.
Beneath the trees, there is no moonlight, there is no starlight, and you are away from the campfire light. You don't have dark vision, do you?
Nope. Just a normal human.
You cannot see a thing.
So I can't see the thing that's moving anymore. Okay.
You cannot. All you can see is just the glow of the campfire light from camp.
Alright, I'm gonna back up to the camp.
Alright. So you head on back. The rest of your shift goes by uneventfully, and you can wake up Flint to do his watch.
You want me to do perception? Is that what we're waiting for?
Yeah, perception check. Yeah.
Mod of 20.
On to 20. Okay. So you set up your watch. This time you don't see anything moving around in the distance. Nothing really happens. Your watch is uneventful.
Oh.
And so is Cassius's. So on your third day, you wake up, you pack up camp. The researchers, the gnomes, assure you that it is only a couple hours away to your destination. And you begin the trek. As we begin, everyone can make another perception check.
Perception.
16.
5.
24.
Okay. So Kisadon, you don't notice much. You're just kind of thinking to yourself, oh, what kind of things are we going to be looking for? How are we going to be able to take these things without them noticing? Because we need at least one to trade to the guy to get the thing I need. The other two, if you notice, yes, you're quite close to the haze, and that's clearly affecting the vegetation and the plant life. The trees grow tall and thick and dark. There's lots of underbrush you have to kind of cut your way through. There is, we'll say, less and less animal movement the closer to your destination that you are getting. What do I got? As you guys begin to... I thought I had enough prepared. Apparently I do not. Yeah, so you guys approach. As you kind of continue walking down the path, you turn around a corner, and there is a small ruined keep sitting there in front of you. It has been essentially pretty much overtaken by the plant life again. There's a big tree kind of growing out of the roof of it. There's a whole bunch of vines hanging down the front. Kind of stop, look around. The air has gone pretty quickly to dead silent in the area. It's pretty creepy and pretty unnerving, we'll say. What do I got? Where are my things? Oh, yes, hi. I'm sorry, guys. I thought I had more prepared than this.
That's alright. Ooh.
Alright, yeah. So, you guys... Sorry, you're going to have to go the whole way. There you go. As you guys begin to approach, the air has gone dead silent. With the Flint and Felix, you notice, you hear a noise behind you, kind of like a crack in the tree branches above. You quickly... Yeah, oh yeah. You notice this too, Kisadon. You quickly look up and you can see there is a giant spider up in the trees, kind of silently watching the lot of you.
Oh god.
That's fun. Should we be like concerned about this, or is this normal?
The researchers kind of look up and they're just like, and kind of like hide behind you guys, trying to figure out what to do. They're like, this is not
Okay.
something we've run into often.
Let's deal with this, shall we?
Sorry, what was it?
A giant spider.
I am going to hide.
See, spider hides. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Okay.
Are there any
What?
other spiders?
Sorry, Hoff, what type of lighting is this?
Dim light, yeah.
Oh, so I need to, okay.
Cool.
Give me a second.
Are there any other spiders?
You take a look around, and you kind of see one more, two more, but a little bit smaller than the other giant spider. The other spiders are huge as well, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but the big one is big,
Yeah.
like twice the size of the other ones there.
So, Hoff, do you remember what you gave me for trying to hide in dim light?
I do not. Do you not have it?
No, I do.
read it
So
out to me.
since, can attempt to hide in dim light. However, if on a D20 roll you roll less than or equal to your level, you take spirit damage equal
Yep.
to half of your level. So is that with the stealth check or after?
Before.
Before
On
the stealth
on
check
the dice.
on the dice.
No, while you're rolling the stealth check,
Oh,
whatever
okay,
you roll
okay.
on the dice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can I
hate this.
draw a straight line and hit a decent amount of them?
I'm gonna say, the big one is kind of like behind you. You walked. No, but not behind you, towards your left. It's not at the building itself. It's kind of off and left, kind of hanging in giant web in the trees. The other two are to the left and to the right of it. You kind of have to wander around. You're not going to be able to get more than two of them in a line.
So I got a 15, so I got equal my level.
So you rolled equal to your level?
Yeah.
So go ahead and take that damage.
So 3. Okay.
I'm going to. Can I draw that straight line and hit two of them, like the big one and a small one?
Yeah, we'll get to there in just a sec. So,
Okay.
Felix, you kind of sense Felix starting to back up and attempting to go behind a tree or something like that. And as he attempts to do so, you feel him freeze for a sec. You turn and look at him, and you can see he's just kind of paralyzed for half a second, and his skin goes kind of gaunt. Maybe you can see like some veins flash for just a second as he drops down onto one knee and starts breathing heavily.
So I still can't hide with a 15?
No, that hiding was interrupted.
Okay.
As that happens, Kisadon, you start walking around to see if you can find the line. I'm going to say they notice you. The two smaller ones drop down to the floor of the forest and start creeping towards you. We're going to roll initiative for some funsies.
Oh.
Dirty 20.
Give me a second.
Darn it. You do.
23.
I probably only have a +2 in my initiative.
All right, Felix, what did you get?
Dirty 20.
Flint?
Also a dirty 20. I'm probably going after because my dex is only a
Yep.
14.
Kisadon
My dex is 19.
23.
Ooh.
and the researcher, and Cassius is going to take a couple steps back with the researchers.
Absolutely. Play defender. Felix, get off your butt. We'll talk about that later.
No! We will not
Oh.
talk about it.
Oh, we definitely will. You better watch yourself.
That wasn't in character, by the way.
Oh, this is in character.
My response wasn't. I was just having fun. Felix is probably still in shock till his turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Kisadon, you can kind of wander on over, and you can. I'll say you kind of make enough way around the side that you can hit the two smaller ones in that line.
Are webs flammable?
Very.
Oh, good. I'll cast lightning bolt at the big spider, hitting also all of his webs, because it will
Okay.
continue on beyond him.
That'll be a dexterity save for me.
And it blasts, forming 100 feet long and 5 feet wide.
Uh-huh. It goes a while.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
What's your DC?
Where are you? 16.
Alright, so he succeeds, but go ahead and roll your damage.
Yeah, and half. Yeah, okay. 8d6. Oh, that's a whole lot. Uh, 36.
Jeez.
What level did you use?
This will be my 3rd level spell.
Oh,
Yes,
oh
spicy.
my.
So 36 divided by 2 is 18.
Yes.
Yeah. So he dodges. The webs catch on fire and essentially disintegrate as it drops. It catches itself before it drops to the ground, skitters across the ground, and screeches at you.
Okay.
Oh,
That's fun.
Yes, yes, it is.
I'll hide behind my very beefy lad.
I am like 3 feet.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
lot.
he's like 3 foot tall.
Yeah, you won't be able to hide behind him.
Oh,
I
you
will tower.
definitely can.
Felix, your turn.
I'll stand behind
Okay.
him. at the very least.
After taking the shock, I'm gonna slam a fist into my heart to get the shock out, and then I'm gonna hide. But I had to reroll.
Yeah, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Dirty 20.
Alright, you successfully hide.
Okay, and I'm gonna shoot one.
Which one?
The big one.
Make an attack roll.
With sneak attack?
Yes.
Okay. Uh, 15 damage.
Okay.
Oh wait, nope, sorry, I forgot the original roll. That is 22, sorry.
22 damage. Okay.
And then I'm gonna use Will of the Graves to hit a smaller one.
How much damage do they take?
7 damage on the closest small one to me.
Okay, sounds good. Anything else?
No, that's it. Oh, well. Yeah, I'll stay where I am.
Alright. Well, the big guy is not looking great already. He's taken some couple nasty hits. Flint, you're up.
Okay, seeing them deal with the big thing quite efficiently, Flint is going to squeeze on the new weapons he received, and he is going to rush into battle with some of the smaller spiders.
The one that is damaged or the one that is undamaged?
We'll start with the damaged one.
Alright, make attack rolls.
Okay. A 17.
That hits. Roll damage.
And that is H bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Yep.
Another 17 to hit.
Yep.
Hey. That is 7 damage.
Okay.
Bonus action. We will do Bolt 1-2, which is the 2 attacks as a bonus. That one's gone. 23 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
7 again.
Alright, so you killed the first one.
And then one last attack as he runs to the next spider. That's 24 to hit.
Yep.
That's a lot more damage. That's 13 damage.
Oh, jeez. So you kind of adjust your new bracers. They fit quite nicely. You run up and just start beating the first one to an absolute pulp. There's a couple screeches before its legs kind of like start twitching as it dies. You run up to the other one and smash that one good as well, and it screeches in pain. Yeah, anything else?
Nope, I used all my stuff.
Alright, Spider's turn. The small one is going to attack you, Flint.
Absolutely.
He's going to bite back. Does a 13 hit.
It does not.
You managed to dodge out of the way very nicely. Very deftly. The other one is going to... The big one is going to climb up into a tree. It is going to shoot a web at... Ju-Kisadon.
Yep.
Does a 16 hit.
Yeah.
Alright, so you are now restrained by webbing. As it does that, it kind of screeches in your general direction and starts attempting to run through the trees, making a break for it.
Away or towards me?
Away.
Okay.
And it is your turn, Kisadon.
Okay. So one small spider's dead. The other
Yep.
one's running. What happened to the big spider?
It's running.
No,
It's
it was the
also
big spider running.
The big spider is running.
I'll let them go. I'll just hold my turn. Hold my action.
Would you like to use it to attack the other small one instead?
Oh, there's another. I thought
There was
both.
two
There were
small
only two
ones.
spiders.
One got
Two small ones.
immediately destroyed, but the other one
Yeah.
is hurt.
Oh, I thought I was running.
The big one is running.
The big one is running, and the small one shot me with webbing and is running too.
The big one shot you with webbing and is
Oh,
running.
the big one shot me with webbing.
Yeah, the other one is engaged with Flint. The
It
small
attacked.
one.
Okay. I'll just cast firebolt at it.
Make an attack roll.
Dirty 20.
It hits. Roll damage.
Uh, 15.
15 will be enough to finish off the other small one.
Cool.
Just a quick 1-2. Felix,
I'm going to shoot the big one.
make an attack roll.
Do I get advantage at all or no?
You are no longer hiding, so no.
It is running, so no sneak attack.
You can attempt to hide again.
Yeah.
Okay.
19.
That Yeah, you're pretty well hidden.
'Kay.
Yep.
Alright, then I'm gonna shoot with my bow and use sneak attack.
Do it.
$24 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
'Kay. $18 damage.
18. Yeah, how would you like to do this?
Since it's running, I want the arrow to go straight through the back and then through the head.
Alright, so you get a good angle on it. Manage to pierces all the way through, and the tip of it sticks out of the head of its skull and just kind of collapses with a crash into the trees, onto the ground, into the bushes. You stop, take a breath, look around. Doesn't appear to be any other immediate threats. The researchers turn to you guys and say, "That's why we bring you along. Thank you very much. We're not much fighters ourselves."
No
You're
worries.
very welcome. As he's just like, his hands are just covered in guck.
Yeah, literally guck.
I'll use prestidigitation to clean you off.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
And it looks brand new again. Alrighty. Well, I honestly hate to end it early, but I don't have the dungeon prepared. I thought the other bounty hunt encounter was going to take a little bit longer.
Fair enough.
So we'll
Yeah.
cut it off a bit early, and
Yeah.
I'll be sure to be more prepared for next time. Actually have everything laid out and planned out and whatnot. And we'll do a little bit of a
Sure thing.
dungeon crawl.
Hopefully we'll
Okay.
have Neptune back by then.
Yes, that as
Yeah.
well. We don't want to go too far without it.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well with that, thank you everyone for joining us online. And we will see you next time. Have a good night.
Yeah. See ya.